The Betterment show again, and what is all this show about? This show is all about people's lives, and it's also about your life. So what it means that we invite people to tell, so that they can tell you about their lives, what the experience have gone through. For example, my experience and your experience is entrepreneurs, all right, and even other life lessons, all right. This whole show is actually sponsored by Wheels Media, and Wheels Media is a photography, videography company. They do a lot of photographs and videographs to a lot of companies. So, but the most important thing is that they believe in creating untold stories. That's why we came together to have this Betterment show to let you be motivated and inspired, all right? Today we have a very special guest, okay? His name is Mr. Lam, and indirectly we can call him Mr. Eddie. And Mr. Eddie is, he has a bachelor degree in finance, and he has been in sales industry for a very long time. And I would like to say, welcome to the show, Mr. Eddie.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having me. I've traveled all around the world. I've been to Germany. I've been to, typical, for example, China, Thailand, Singapore. But no matter all the places that I've been through, Malaysian food is still the best. Okay, Definitely, nothing beats Malaysian food. Yes.
Food, right? So you have the Indian food, Malay food, Chinese food, yes. Vietnamese food. I mean, what kind do you like though?
Practically like something a bit more spicy, and Malay food, they offer that kind of spiciness. Exactly. Yes.
So that's the reason why you go to Thailand most of the time.
Yes.
Because Thailand always have the, what do you call it? King som? Is it?
I have no idea what you just said.
It's some of those like spicy food and spicy fish. Yeah, that's the reason why you are so slim, unlike me.
Because I go to the toilet more frequently.
Maybe. So indirectly, in a sense that because you are in the insurance line, we want to ask that. You see, you like to travel. A lot of people like to travel, and before this COVID-19 hits, okay, a lot of people has been traveling, and let's just put it into Malaysian style, in a Malaysian way. How many people in Malaysia actually get covered by insurance?
According to the Liam or Bank Negara Malaysia, right? There is actually Liam is Life Insurance Association of Malaysia. So according to these two associations, these two corporations, in Malaysia itself, there is actually, in 2017, about 54% of Malaysian is covered with insurance. So that is actually quite a staggering low amount, 50% in year 2020. Just imagine that. Quite scary to know that not much of Malaysian are actually covered. Even the 54% of people that I've mentioned earlier, right, in 2017, those people, some of them are just covered with basic medical insurances, very, very basic plans.
And actually, if almost 50% of the whole entire Malaysia is not covered by life insurance, right? Why do you have any idea why they not really covered at the same time?
I think it's probably from the misconception. You know, older generation people, they tend to think that insurance are scams. But those are all misconceptions. Misconceptions are nothing more than misconceptions. But now, in this new generation, right, a new breed of life planners are all coming up. For example, myself, we are considered AIA elites. So this elite program, right, offers a new breed of professional background with a high education background life planners to be on the frontliners. Like in my batch, right, there is actually chartered accountants. We have also lawyers, we have bankers, and myself, we have I have a degree in finance, and then I have a couple of 5 years in sales and marketing. So we are the frontliners with professional background to provide the best solutions to all the Malaysians out there.
Because what you were saying now is actually quite important, because when I was younger, I kind of have a misconception, like you say, about insurance base, and that's the reason why I didn't take insurance. But through time, I understand what insurance the life insurance can actually do, because I did see some life changing in other people's lives. You see, that is the reason why I think a lot of people don't understand about life insurance. Can you tell us more? What is the whole idea for life insurance?
Life insurance, there is actually a lot of policies or plans for life insurance, and then we have also medical insurances. So we're gonna talk a bit. I'm just gonna give you a very brief sample of a recent case study. So in the past, I think couple of months ago, my mom was admitted to the hospital. Okay, my mom was admitted to the hospital because when she was mopping the floor on the car porch, she accidentally slipped and sprained her back. Mind you guys, I just want to say that I'm not a very good son because I should be helping her. Instead, she was doing it herself. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You know, that's the reason why we have our moms are there, and then we do our best for our moms, right? But yeah.
So anyway, she fell down and then she sprained her back. It wasn't very severe, but then when she was at home, we were at home. I asked her, "Is everything okay?" She said it was okay, but a few days later, it started bruising. It started pain. So later on, she was admitted to the hospital, to the closest hospital that. So when she was admitted, there was actually a lot of procedures that doctors do, the treatments, do a lot of CT scans, a lot of X-rays and everything, just to make sure that that damage is very minimal, it's not serious. You know, after 5 days of admitting into the hospital, and then when she was finally discharged, thank God, nothing was very serious. Everything was okay. Everything was very minor. It was just a sprained back.
Okay.
But what really shocked me is when we discharged, we look at the bill. Think about it, Dr. Jon. You're a doctor in the medical field. How much do you think that it costed just for something this simple?
Just for something like this, it probably costs a bomb sometimes.
Sorry?
I'm not so sure how much.
Okay.
Right? But I know that it's gonna be quite a large amount.
It is it is actually quite surprising. Yeah. When I look at the bill, I was shocked. It was just a sprained back, you know, a slip disc. So they do all sorts of scans, X-ray, and all those treatments and medications, and 5 days admission into the hospital. So it comes up to 40,000 ringgit. So what is 40,000 ringgit? Assuming an average person earns about 3,000 ringgit here in Malaysia, the average salary is about 2003, 2002. So we put a standardized 3,000 ringgit. You work for 12 months, it comes up to 36,000 a year. So it's close to the 40,000 figure. Imagine, we work so much money, we work so hard, all our blood, our sweat, and our tears for that 40,000 ringgit, just to spend it all. Exactly, just to spend it all in this 5 days admission. So that shows how important having a medical insurance and life insurance is. Because at moments like this, we need this protection to help us to sustain the medical bills.
Yeah, what you say is actually quite true, because you see, in medical field line, there is what we call medical inflation.
Yes.
Okay. Inflation rate in medical is almost coming up to 6 to 8% every single year.
Yes.
So in that case, that the bills are always increasing and increasing all the time. So if having this life insurance is one of the way that it can actually help you covered, right? But if, let's say, if somebody don't have a medical insurance, don't have a life insurance, how would you suggest them to start this? How would you look? What would you look into to actually start this life insurance thing?
If you ask me, that is practically my vision, and my vision is to tap the untapped market in Malaysia, 50% of the untapped market, and not just the 50%, but 100% in all. Because, as I've mentioned previously, 50% of people that actually have insurance policies that are to support them actually are not sufficient. It's just very basic medical plans, very basic life insurances. So that's why my vision is to, in this short period of time, find capable men and women like myself to help Malaysian, to reach Malaysian, to share the awareness of the importance of insurance.
So, but does that mean that those usually the old type of insurance, let's say they have been having their old insurance already, is sometimes good to actually look into it again, to renew it, so it becomes a much better plan for them? Is that what we're talking about here? Right? So, so that means it's always good to into those kind of old one and get in touch with your insurance person to see if what you can improve on. So basically, if somebody's their income has increased, maybe they can put more into the insurance, right? Okay. And one more thing, actually, I really want to ask. You were saying that your mother went into the hospital,
Yes.
right? And then we're all starting to understand more about mothers. And is she one of your, did she motivate you and inspire you to take this insurance?
Actually, yes, she does. Because personally, she is in the industry. She has been in the industry for, I think, probably around 20 years. She joined way long before AIA, before AIA was merged. It was from ING, if you heard of it before, previously ING, yeah. So she was in the industry. Why my mom gave me such an inspiration is because, you know, my mom is a principal of a kindergarten, right? And then she teaches for primary school students. She also does daycare. In the same time, she used this time, this part-time to do insurance, to sell insurance, or provide, or rather provide services.
So basically, services. In that sense, that you can have something else while you're still doing your insurance.
Yes,
thing, That's awesome, you know, because now a lot of people, especially this COVID-19, everyone is also looking for a part-time thing and is trying to move around. But when we were browsing in your Facebook, we did see something very, very nice, and something that you talk about moms. And if we have it over here, it says that at 3 years old, I love you, mommy. At 10 years old, whatever, mom. Right? At 16 years old is mom's annoying. And when he is 18 years old, I wish I had a different mother. On the age of 25th, she said, mom was right. Age of 30, I want to see how mom's doing. And when age of 50, I don't want to lose mom. And age of 70, I would give up everything to have my mom here with me. Isn't that awesome? So during that time, you were posting on September 2018, I can see it there.
Yes.
And during that time, you are in the age of 26, 27, isn't it? So you of that mom was right, I want to see mom. That's the reason why you post that, isn't it?
I think so. That's one of the reasons. Other than that, because personally during that time, both my grandparents has left, and then I see that both my parents were actually quite grieving. So, you know, a lot of times in life, right, we tend to take things for granted.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
We always tend to, you know, we always, like for example, when I'm in the sales and marketing industry, and now that I'm in insurance, we are always on the go. We are always out in the market. We are always working. You know, we always think about other people, think about our clients, but we didn't stop and all the materials that we chase, right? Why not just stop for a second and look back? Parents, they are all getting old. So appreciate all these little things in life.
Yeah, it's true. You know, and also at the same time, our mothers are the most important thing in life. So coming back to it, if insurance, is one of the things that everyone should look into.
Yes.
What would you tell the people out there about insurance in the first place?
As I've mentioned earlier, the price of the medications and medicines are very expensive. Medicines are very expensive. So with our salary, obviously, a lot of people might be thinking, you know what, Eddie, wow, it's really expensive to get insurance now, I cannot afford it. Honestly speaking, insurance to cover yourself, your family, your loved ones, it only costs less than 5 ringgit a day. Less than 5 ringgit a day.
No,
what is 5 ringgit?
That's like having 2 roti canais, you know?
Exactly.
That's about it. You know?
It's definitely more. Yes, I understand. Price of real estate is increasing, ever so increasing since last time. Price of gas is increasing. Price of medicines are increasing.
True.
The one thing that doesn't increase is our salary is constant or gradually growing up.
Gradually, it's very slow.
Exactly. Yeah. So what can we do with a 3,000 ringgit salary, for example? There's no magic behind it. It's called financial planning. So that's where people like myself come in to help people that in need. So what they can do is, usually we have 3,000 ringgit, right? Instead of we spend all the 3,000 ringgit, first thing we need to do is save up the money. Save up the money first, and then use a percentage of the money for insurance, for medical plans, as I've mentioned just now.
Because it's a safe, precautious.
Save first, spend later.
Yeah. So basically, what you're trying to say is that be careful.
Be very careful.
And prevention is always better than cure.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah, things like that happens, you see. Yeah. Last time just now early on you were talking about what do you call it? The taking for granted.
Yes.
You know, in this life, people take things for granted for all the time. They always like, it's never going to happen to me. Things are going to be fine, this and that, right?
Yes.
What can you tell them about that thinking?
There is a Malay saying, sediakan payung sebelum hujan, or we prepare an umbrella before it rains.
Yeah,
so that is why it is important. Before it rains, we prepare the umbrella. So in the same time, before there is an illnesses, before something bad happens to us, we prepare. We be medically protected, and then we be financially protected. So like for example, like my mother's case earlier that I mentioned, where can we find 40,000 ringgit in a short period of time? I don't even have 100 ringgit in my pocket right now. 40,000 ringgit in 5 days. The hard-earned money that we earn 12 months. Imagine 40,000. We are not spending on our expenses, household expenses. We are not spending on gas. We are not spending on our education loans, all our debts and loans. We are spending 40,000 directly just to pay the medical bill. So a lot of people might also think that, hey, come on, we just go to government hospital, it's just gonna cost what, 2 ringgit? But then the thing about government hospital is everybody has this sort of mindset. Majority of people, like I've mentioned, 50% of Malaysian doesn't even have a medical plan. So 50% of these people will be flocking at the hospital.
That's a lot, you're telling me 50% is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So with all these 50% of people flocking in the hospital, there will be a queue. Sicknesses cannot wait. Heart attack cannot wait. Cancer cannot wait.
Yes.
So that's why we need this protection, and we need to, have this sort of medication, this sort of treatment immediately
to everybody.
Yes, to everybody.
All right, good. So, again, we still have a bit of time. All right. So what we're gonna do, okay, in this time here today, we're gonna have a bit of game. Okay. And in this game, I love games. Okay, in this game, I don't know what's inside or anything, because it's my marketing team that actually does it. Okay, so I have no idea what's inside. Okay, don't ask me.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is that we're going to pick questions. Okay, so there are going to be questions here. We're going to pick the questions. One question's for Eddie and one question's for me.
Okay.
As I said, I've never seen the questions before. Okay, so
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So he's going to need to answer that question.
Okay.
If he doesn't answer that question, Ian, if he doesn't answer that question, what are we going to do?
Are we going to eat that?
Oh, he's going to have he's going to have to do something to compensate that.
Man.
All right. So what we have here is Ian. Can you put it over here? Let's have it over here. Okay. That's it over here. So we have some chips. Oh, that's fine. It's good. So if we don't answer that question, what do we have to do?
You need to dip in
the hot sauce. Is it a hot sauce?
So this sauce, what kind of sauce are they?
Soy sauce, fish sauce, and ketchup. Honey.
But you added some other things inside, right?
Make it more interesting.
So
right?
that's interesting. Okay, we better answer the question. Because I don't want to go to the bathroom. So so these questions, could you put it down? Yeah. So these are the questions, right? Okay, so we have no idea what questions it is, right? So you know what? Since I'm the host, I'm very, very happy that you're here today.
Thank you.
So at the same time, you're still gonna need to start.
Thank you so much.
There we go. Okay. So you just pick one, you pass it to me, and I will read it out loud for you.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it to you.
So he picked this question. Oh, this is fine. This is easy for you. Okay. What is your most hated chores and why? Go on. Here,
washing the car Porsche. That's why my mom is doing it. And
oh my goodness! That was an easy question. You got away from that. Oh my goodness! Okay. All right. Washing the car.
So you're gonna next.
Okay, I'm gonna know next. So what is this?
I gotta read this right for you. If one thing you would keep away from your girlfriend or wife, what would it be and why?
Okay, all right.
I hope she's not listening to this.
You know what? Maybe she can close her ears. Or something.
Okay.
All right. One thing that I keep from my wife. What kind of question is that? You know what? I never keep anything from my wife.
Ooh.
Okay, so I can't really answer that question.
I believe him.
So I'm gonna eat this. Okay, I'm gonna eat this. So okay, well, I'm just gonna.
You gotta dip all of it,
Oh my
right?
goodness.
You
Okay,
gotta
come.
Let me help you with
I
it.
never keep anything from my wife.
man,
Okay,
okay,
wife, if you're listening to this, okay, I never keep anything from you. Okay, you know
I believe
everything
him.
from me.
I can vouch for him, all right?
All right.
How do you open this? Oh, it's the other way around.
goodness,
Oh,
what is this?
Good Lord.
Ketchup.
I don't know, man. You're
Actually,
definitely
you know
dipping
what?
all of
This you were supposed to eat together with me.
Hey, no problem. I can do it with you, man. You know what they call me? Eddie the Steady.
I did the steady. Right?
Eddie
So
the Steady.
okay, so
Come, let's do this.
really?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, you know what? Well, thank you, my man. Okay,
No problem,
so
man.
we're gonna do this together. Okay, this plus
Oh, man.
this
This is interesting.
plus this plus
I have
this
no idea what that
plus
is.
this. Okay,
Okay.
you know, Eddie is such a good guest here today. He's eating this.
Yeah, but we
I
can't
have no
dine
idea.
together. There
Yeah,
needs
we
to
have
be a distance. There
yeah,
needs to
because
be a distance.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Okay, let's don't do that anymore.
I think they can hire us to do this.
Really? It really not taste good?
No, it's not.
Anyway, no, thank you for being here today. All right, and it's a pleasure for you to be here and share to us all about the insurance thing.
Very good experience.
And yeah, if you guys have any comments or anything, you guys can always leave the comments below. If you guys want to ask Eddie about like your life insurance, you message him. You know, we left the link in the his Facebook link there. You can always message him. All right, so good. What we're gonna do now is that I'm just gonna say that next week, Tuesday, we're gonna be live again, and we're gonna have a different guest. Okay, and I have no idea about their business. So they're gonna definitely tell us more about their business. All right. See you again next time. All right. See you again.
Now I think you're practically. Yes,
Yeah.
you are the professional host here. He's the pro here.
All right. See you guys.